Hey there, I'm Brandon. This is the Dirt Church Devotional. Have you ever had one of those moments you're reading the Bible and maybe you've read this particular passage many times, but all of a sudden you have one of those whoa moments because something jumps out at you, you catch something you didn't catch before. I had one of those the other day. I'm reading in Exodus right now, and I was in Exodus chapter 24. And in chapter 24, Moses is getting ready to go up on the mountain and have a meeting with God. And he's already got the 10 Commandments, but he's going to go up and he's going to get the 10 Commandments, the stone tablets, and he's going to get the whole law and whatnot. But in that, the Lord told him to bring for a moment to a certain point on the mountain, Aaron and his sons Nadab and Abihu, and then 70 elders of the people. So there's Moses really and 73 other men on the mountain. And in verse 9, chapter 24, it says, all of them saw God. Now, obviously, I'm sure it was just whatever limited expression of God, whether they saw, we know it does mention his feet, so we know they saw his feet. But anyway, the point being, these 73 men plus Moses all saw God. Okay? I mean, that's pretty cool. Now, fast forward, because that's not the what? Fast forward to chapter 32. Chapter 32 in Exodus happens about a month and a half later. Moses is still up on the mountain. Everybody else has gone back down to the people. And so about a month and a half, 40 days later, Aaron makes a golden calf. The people say, hey, we don't know what happened to this Moses guy. Make us some gods to lead us back to Egypt or whatever. And Aaron makes a golden calf. Now, what? Wait a minute. There's a couple of 73 men saw God. And they go back and they make a golden calf. So here's a couple of takeaways from it. Number one, and I've said this before, spiritual experiences don't make spiritual people. And what I mean by that is spiritual experiences alone don't make you spiritual, don't put you on a higher plane. If anything, it makes you more accountable. All right? The spiritual experience, going to church and sensing the presence of God and having a move of God in your life, maybe even a miraculous healing or whatever, that doesn't make you a spiritual person. It's what you do with that. It's walking it out day by day, day after day. These guys had this spiritual experience. They saw God like nobody else in the community did. And 40 days later, they were just talking about, the meal they ate up there and whatever. It really hadn't changed them. So spiritual experiences don't make spiritual people. Number two, you've heard the term safety in numbers. Well, there is potential for safety in numbers, but only if those numbers are paying attention to what's going on. I'm sure you've had scenarios in your life where something happens and your buddy or your spouse or your kids or whatever sitting next to you, they're just oblivious. They didn't catch it. Somebody could be breaking in and they don't know about it. All right. Safety in numbers, there were 73 other men up there. There were 72 besides Aaron who should have been paying attention and calling Aaron out and saying, whoa. Don't make a golden calf. That looks nothing like God. We saw God didn't look anything like him. Besides, pretty sure one of the commandments we were told was don't make any kind of idols. 72 men doing absolutely nothing. So there's only safety in numbers when they're paying attention. So pay attention. And that leads into this third point, and that is the responsibility that we all have to pray for our leaders. Leaders, whether they're political leaders, we need to be praying for them, whether you agree with their politics or not, whether you voted for them or not. We've got the responsibility, according to Scripture, to be praying for them. But also, pray for our spiritual leaders. Pray for your pastor. Pray for the missionaries. Pray for the evangelists. Pray for those that are leading the churches and that are teaching people. Maybe you've heard in law enforcement circles or what are people encouraging community to watch to say, if you see something, say something. That really goes well spiritually. If you see something that's that's amiss, that's askew, especially if you have had the privilege of being brought in and having some really special experiences with the Lord. If you see something that's askew or that's amiss that you don't understand, say something. Talk to the Lord, talk to your pastor, but be praying for your pastor. You know what? Your pastor's just human, all right? And we pastors, we need all the prayer we can get. So take that, chew on it, look it up yourself. Exodus 24, Exodus 32. Strange how the timeline works together. Chew on that. We'll talk to you next time.